Good morning. Today is August 26th, and I have a new game for you. You know how sometimes you play somebody who is not as good as they should be, and you just want to give him a break. So, in this case, I'm giving him a break, like bishop odds, like I'm giving away my bishop and see if he can beat me. So, sometimes like a intentional Bottas gambit or something, except instead of a queen, I'm doing it with bishop. So let's get started. And there you go. So right now, this is like, what kind of opening is that? And that's the bishop out right there. So very clean, very simple. And notice that there's like different spaces open like that. So this is very, defensive move by white, and that's a good thing because white is already up a piece. So if white can just hang on to the material, he's gonna win eventually. And you look at this pawn over here, you got one, two, three defenders, and I only have two attackers. So yes, definitely that's extremely defensive. Now in this case, I'm attacking this bishop, and of course the knight is guarding this bishop, and I don't think that's a good idea because maybe you should, you know, do that with a pawn because the knight over there suddenly there's this opening right there, and the bishop will attack that, and the knight is pinned. And not to mention, I have the queen and the rook over here, and only one over. Of course, the queen cannot take the knight, but that's something to consider. Let's move on. And of course, that's a blunder. You see the double, question mark there. So that's a blunder because suddenly I can equalize. And there you go. So the piece count is equal now. So I just can piece, and I would have won if I didn't give her a piece of odds, but I did. So there you go. Uh, this could have been a mistake on my part for here. Because, oops. Nope. What is that? Okay, there you go. So, so the bishop over there moved there, so like that. Now, I actually don't need to worry about this knight over here because if bishop takes knight, queen takes knight, and I'm still up. But I don't know, maybe my concentration lapse or something. So I made a mistake there, and I move this part out here. And yes, that's not a good thing. That's actually giving up advantages to do that. And I'm losing a pawn. Now I'm still up a pawn over here like this two, and I still have a pawn, but I could have got two pawns. So yeah, things happens. Next move. And there are two attacks here. One is over here and one is over here. Of course, this one is made right there. So that one is the corner one needs to be taken care of immediately. Let's, let's take the next move. And that's a good move basically because uh, the queen is threatening the knight. So if I uh, take the pawn over here, the queen takes the knight and queen takes bishop, and basically the situation would be equal. Well, I would have an extra pawn here, so that's about it. But it'll be a drawish game. So I like to do something about it, and I would like it so if the queen moves someplace else, so I don't have to move the knight in there to some other place. So that would be ideal. I cannot think of anything. Normally, maybe I would do it like this, maybe, or do it like this. But right now, I just cannot think of anything to do that. So next move. Excuse me. That's a provocative move, basically. Uh, Remember that the bishop's still attacking this part over here, and there's a pawn here. So I need to move there so the queen can hold there because I'm not going to move the rook over there. So this is a very provocative move over there, and that's a mistake. And you can see the evaluation bar, like basically goes automatic win in one. So there was black advantage made in one like that immediately, just like that. And of course, made just like that, made boom. Now if you look at this thing over here in the beginning over here, what basically has 8 points right there. You can see there 8 points right there. So what had a big advantage, and somewhere along the line it goes back to here over there, and suddenly black has the advantage over here. Excuse me, right here. So suddenly the black has the advantage, and because I make a mistake right here, all my advantage is gone. So that's too bad. But these things happen. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't get lucky. So I definitely get lucky over here because he's not supposed to do that. But maybe he is tired or something. He thinks too far ahead, maybe. Sometimes that happens. And totally forget that the queen has that one made in one. Made in one, basically. So, so yeah, that happens. What can you say? These things happens. Anyway, thank you for watching and we'll see you tomorrow.